All right, hello and welcome to an all-new episode of the Cardback Cafe Fresh Brew with me, Frank.
And me, Jeff.
And that is right, we are back at it here with a very special XL edition of Fresh Brew, Jeff, because it's Comic-Con week. At the minute, it's Friday at the time of recording, Friday evening in the UK, Friday afternoon in the US. There's news all over the place. There's so much to talk about, and we're not even like halfway through Comic-Con yet. But before we get to that all, how the heck are you?
It's been another busy, emotional week. What can you say? Just going with the flow at this point. But a good week, Can't really complain. But as you said, a lot. Just looking forward to talking toys because there is a lot. And just knowing that we're only a couple of days into this con, it's like, it's good to chop it up a little bit because I feel like it's going to be a lot. But I'm good, in short. How about yourself?
Good. It's been, sort of it's busy without being busy. We're prepping to obviously come back to the States for a time.
That's right.
The building work has it's been going on. It's had its peaks and valleys. Finished the roof. As you can see, this room is a lot more empty than it has been. Yeah. So we've moved a lot of stuff downstairs because this room will have to get some work done to it before we move all the stuff up to the new sort of toy room. So it's looking like when I come back from America, that room should be done, and then, nice. Hopefully all the episodes from then on will be in the new space, and we'll start to, over the weeks and months, the rest of this year, fill it up with all the fun toys I've sort of got over the years. I get to free so many of them from their boxes. You'll
finally see how many you have. I always underestimate my count when I set things up. I'm like, oh, shelves are filled, and I still have like two bins left to get out. But it's a fun thing. It's fun.
I like all the bins stocked downstairs is a sort of one of those rude awakening moments where it's like, so that new room that's being built might not be big enough for everything. Okay. Yeah. Then once everything gets out on shelves in that room and I see that there's still bins full of stuff, then it's going to be time to sort of figure out what to do, whether that's to look into selling stuff or go to like toy shows or everything. But that's a future Frank problem. Right. Future Frank can worry about that because current Frank has too many new toys to worry about buying. So let's just get right to it, Jeff. Lots of news. We'll start it off with some of the build up to Comic-Con. We have a big list, and I deleted quite a lot of the pre-Comic-Con stuff, but there's still definitely a few things worth talking about.
Every one of our episodes has been a build up to Comic-Con as far as we've come back.
It's felt like that, and we've been at this now sort of nearly 3 months, like 2 and a bit. And it is just like the build up to Comic-Con basically starts once the current Comic-Con ends. So anyway, let's get to it. We've talked about Jakks Pacific and their Simpsons line in the past. Just before Comic-Con, we got the reveal of a couple of deluxe figures coming. So the first wave of the 5-inch figures is hitting now. It's going to be one of the lines that I'll be looking for when I'm back in the States on the pegs. Yeah. And here we go, some deluxe figures, 3 in total. We've got Radiation Man, Radioactive Man, which I was trying to do a joke from the show, but I think I screwed that up.
It's okay, listen, we all flub sometimes,
There's just too much to do. But yeah, it's cool. Like he's got a light up chest. He comes with the display base to recreate the cover art that we see in The Simpsons. So that's cool. We've got Angry Dad, or Furious Homer, I think as they're calling him, from a somewhat more, still an older episode, but a more modern one, where Homer falls into some green paint. He gets angry. He's the Hulk. But
it's so funny. Yeah.
Comes with the little tub. Comes with the broken fences.
Yeah. Yeah, it's just funny, like, it's been around so long now that it still feels like season 15 is new. Like,
yeah.
Oh, those are newer episodes, even though those are like what?
Like 20
over 15 years old now. 20 years, yeah.
And then finally we got the Mr. Burns from a classic episode of Treehouse of Horror. And it's the sort of Bram Stoker's Dracula. He comes with the coffin as well. And the retail on all of these, $24.99. This line is sort of going strength to strength. Like,
yeah,
I'm gonna go all in. I don't know the deluxe figures. I probably pick and choose because like I don't really have a strong connection to like the Furious Homer and even the Radioactive Man. I think I'd rather have the Rainier Wolf Castle version. You know?
Yeah.
But the Mr. Burns is good. Oh yeah, they've got to do. I've come close to buying that Duff Man from Super 7 as well.
Yeah.
But now that the Super 7 line has died and Jack seems to be going full in, I'm going to put my support behind the cheaper horse, which is likely to have a lot more ponies in the race.
Yeah, exactly. $12 for the main line. I mean, yeah, it'll be fun. I'm holding back till you're here and we can actually get out there and search these shelves together. But I'm thinking we're going to see some. I have full confidence that we'll see some of them out there.
Seeing in-hand pictures from people and a couple of like little reviews here and there, I think like from the pics we've seen, everything's translated well. You know, simple articulation, but $12.99 for a line that could be super expansive. I'm quite happy.
Yeah.
Exactly. All right, let's go right on, because before SDCC, there was another sort of toy show overseas, the Medicom Toy Exhibition. Loads of new Mafex reveals, too many to dive super deep into, but starting off here, I mean, we're seeing some old, some new. We've got Aquaman, we've got Flash from the Flash movie, we've got the alternate version of Flash. We've got Black Manta, John Cena's Peacemaker. We've got... What was his name? What was Idris Elba's name in Suicide Squad? Was it Deadshot? It wasn't Deadshot. It was Kill something. Someone out there knows.
It wasn't Killshot, was it? It was something shot. Deadshot? Did we say that?
Who's the one that Will Smith played in the first Suicide Squad?
Yeah, exactly. I thought it was...
That's Deadshot, and I think this is a different character.
This is a different one, okay.
It's a different name, so this is why two Suicide Squad movies with some of the same cast and some C and D list characters, they all don't live inside our heads rent-free, but you're getting some Suicide Squad figures, so hopefully we get more of that, because that film was very good. So, you know, Polka Dot Man, King Shark, could we get some of these characters down the line? We'll see. I mean, the less we talk about Black Adam, probably the better, or the Shazam sequel. So
there it is for you, folks.
There it is. I still think that Dr. Fate looks good, especially because it could work as a comic figure as well. Mm-hmm. Michael Jordan in the away jersey. That jumped out. A couple of the John Wick figures, which we've already seen from the third John Wick and the fourth. Another new reveal is the Megan, which apparently every company is doing Megan. So
you gotta have Megan.
You gotta have Megan. It's talk of the town is old Megan.
Have you seen Megan?
I've not seen Megan. Have you?
Okay, then yes. And
was it enjoyable?
Oh yeah, it's definitely enjoyable. But outside of Megan, there's another like robot in the movie. I want to see that. That one.
Because I've heard they are expanding that universe.
Loose spoiler right there, but not really.
Okay. I do want to watch it at some point. Maybe it'll be on the flight on the way over.
It's a good flight movie. A good Saturday afternoon. Throw it on. Enjoy it.
Nice.
It's fun.
An expansion to the Zack Snyder Justice League. So we've seen some of these in the past. Some of these have been out, but we're seeing the Joker, everybody's favorite Joker, the nightmare version of Joker, a new Wonder Woman, a new Batman, another nightmare Batman. I've always been like, even though not like a massive fan of those films, I've always liked the look of the nightmare version of Batman. Like, I just like the whole tactical gear thing. Will I get it? Probably not, because Mafex aren't cheap. But then we're getting into
cheaper.
Hush, and I'm thinking there's some figures here that maybe you'll be interested in, Jeff.
There definitely are.
This Batgirl in its prototype form. It's looking good.
It's looking good. Can't wait to see this painted up. I've showed off the Huntress a couple weeks ago. That's a beautiful figure. Just, what Mafex does best. But this line, I'm surprised to see they brought so much to the table. I don't remember them revealing this much normally at any kind of con. Maybe they have. I could be mistaken. But it's good to see they're like really going into this line now, especially the Hush line. But
the Clark Kent. So we're getting Superman in his hidden disguise there. So and that's not going to be the only one we get in their sort of disguise. A couple more close-up pictures of the Snyderverse. Another one of the two versions of Barry Allen from the Flash movie. Peacemaker. Doomsday from the Death and the Return of Superman, which is quite a good one, I'm thinking. I like how it's not a sort of Incredible Hulk-sized Doomsday. It's sticking to that sort of original sizing and everything. So he's looking cool. I've got the Cyborg Superman. I don't know if I'd get all the Supermen, but the Doomsday could be tempting. I always like a good Doomsday.
And one that could, he doesn't really need to build out any collection. He kind of just stands as is.
I love this Iceman. What can you say?
I
mean, he's got the belt. I can see the belt.
He'll need some paint, but it's Iceman. What do you expect? It's about as good as it's gonna look.
Then we're getting into some Spider-Man, some movie Spider-Man. We've got the Andrew Garfield, which has just been solicited, so you can pre-order that now. You've got the sort of final swing from Far From Home. The final suit that he wears, which is obviously like the nice comic accurate one, which is looking very nice. I like how shiny that's looking as well, and all this texture, which you don't really see too much in the movie. This was a surprise, I think. The Spider-Man 2099 Venom. A bit smaller than I think I was expecting, especially from like pictures I've seen on the internet. I'm not too familiar with the 2099 version of Venom, but I thought he was. I didn't think he was like the big hulking Venom, but I thought he was bigger than this.
A little bit big,
Still a cool design. Want to see it painted up.
Especially with some of that. Just some of the really intricate sculpt there.
And then the expansion to the X-Men line. So we're seeing a Jubilee with the soft goods trench coat. You've always got to give Jubilee the bubble.
Gotta have the bubble gimmick. Mine's displayed. The Marvel Legends. Gotta be blowing that bubble.
I am liking the looks of the soft goods as well. And Mafex run a bit smaller, so they've the stitching obviously always sort of stands out a bit, but like having the collar, it looks wired. So definitely a cool looking one. I want to see what his name is again. Bloodsport was his name.
Bloodsport was his name.
People were screaming at the screen saying it's not Deadshot, it's Bloodsport. Wider picture of all the Spider-Men, the boys. They're expanding the boys line. We've seen a lot of these before, but we've not seen a painted up Queen Maeve or A-Train yet. So those are quite cool to see. I've got the Homelander, and I want to get the Soldier Boy, but
cool.
I don't know if I want to get. Do I want to get all of them? It's a big.
I know. They did a good Butcher too, didn't they?
They did a good Butcher, which has been re-released, and I still haven't pulled the trigger. That's one of those ones where I'm like, oh, if it's on sale, or if I see it and I'm in the right set of mind. Because I feel like I could probably be happy with Soldier Boy, Homelander, and Butcher, because then I could, sort of recreate the season 3 bits, which were some of my favorite bits so far in that show. A couple more X-Men, which we could see going with the Age of Apocalypse theme. We got the Wolverine, the Cyclops, the Nate Summers, and I think I said this back when the Marvel Legends was coming out, but I do love that Age of Apocalypse Cyclops design, but I thought there was a lot, it was quite dull, the Marvel Legends version. I could be tempted by the Mafex version, because he looks like he's got the right heft and the details just look really great.
Yeah.
More Hush. We got the Ra's al Ghul. We got the Robin.
Yeah.
Looking
I do like
great.
that Robin. Yeah.
He's just like perfect Robin.
He's going to be one that exactly. That's quintessential. This is probably going to be in my collection at some point. We'll see.
Yeah.
Maybe one of those sale items. If it drops like $10, then maybe I'll go in on it. But we'll see.
And then a couple just announcements for other licenses. So we've got Berserker, which I believe is Keanu Reeves' like comic that he's written. And then you've got the Todd Phillips Joker movie and The Matrix. So really would look forward to The Matrix. I'd like to see what they do with The Matrix, because that's one that you could easily, fans you could get so many figures out of it, or like just people who like the films. If I just get a Neo and Agent Smith, I'd be happy.
Right, exactly. Well, you got to buy 100 Agent Smiths, so
you got to just keep multiplying.
$10,000 by the time it's done.
So yeah, lots. I mean, we've definitely missed stuff out there. There's loads of pictures. There's loads of videos online you can see now. So much to go over out of Mayfex, but still a couple more news bits to get to before we get to SDCC, including one more new figure for the Kaiju number 8 SH Figure Arts line, the Soshiro Hoshina. Another bit of the crew from Kaiju number 8. Another bit that I will have to be pre-ordering soon. Just looking, again, like jumped right off the screen. Perfect representation of what's there. You could tell Figure Arts is definitely making the most out of the fact that most of these characters wear the same uniform. Yeah. And all they have to do is get some new weapons, swap out a couple of heads. But I think for people that have been collecting it like myself, it's sort of a no-brainer to get. I've got all the other ones either purchased or pre-ordered at the minute. Yeah. Gonna go up for pre-order August 1st. Gonna be available in December. Not much else to say there, apart from being excited. And then another figure that we were looking forward to, I think we've seen prototypes of it over the years, has been another new edition, finally. I was hoping that there would be more to this line by now, but 1000 Toys Hellboy is seeing a Lobster Johnson, which I'm very excited to finally see up there. Yeah. Painted, up for pre-order. Not very happy about the prices of these things. At all. They have taken a big old jump. They're also re-releasing the Hellboy as what they're calling a 30th anniversary Hellboy. It's basically the same Hellboy, but he comes with a t-shirt from what I can tell.
I think t-shirt and the horns didn't come with it. Like they're doing in the sword, they're doing a little bit more of the packing, but remember that knockoff that came with all the accessories? That thing was great.
Yeah. Still on my shelf.
Yeah, and that was a great I guess bootleg, but it's so funny because I literally, and this may come full circle as we move through this show, but I was literally thinking about this line the other day because I was like moving my Hellboy toys around because I wanted to be able to see them where I wasn't able to see. And I was looking at this line. I was like, I literally, at that point in time, I thought the line was dead. I'm like, man, they never did a Liz Sherman. They never did Lobster Johnson. And then seeing this, I'm like, oh, it's still alive and well. But, that price is really making me think. Like, I went to Hobby Link. I went to Big Bad. And then I went to Ami Ami, which seems to be the most affordable route right now because it's listed for like $118. And then I figure, on average, I normally pay about $20 shipping, but even then, it brings me in at a pricey cost. And he looks awesome. He does look
awesome, and it's one of those figures that from that original Mezco line, I regret not picking up. And you can still find it for, I think, sort of between $50 and $100 on eBay, opened or unopened. But I do like the different facial expressions. And
you just know he's going to have that awesome articulation because they just move like butter, especially the Abe.
I do. That Abe is still one of the best releases. It's tough. They're both up on your main sites there, but on Big Bad, for instance, $155 each. And it feels like, if you're going to put the prices up, that's one thing, but you see all the stuff that comes with Hellboy and the stuff that comes with Lobster Johnson, and even the size
That's
difference.
it.
You're like, should they be the same price? Shouldn't Lobster Johnson be like $10 cheaper or something?
Abe was like $80 when he came out,
yeah.
without the other pack-in, and now he hovers around 100. So yeah, I was just like, wow, that's a bold, big jump in price there.
This is what happens when you don't release a figure for a few years, and then there's like an economic, like, just terrible situation.
Yeah.
And then they just come back and they're like, because if they just kept releasing figures and there was a gradual price increase, you don't sort of notice it, or it doesn't sting as much. But yeah, compared to, I mean, what we got the Hellboy for, and the Abe, as you say, it's pretty crazy.
So I do want it though, and I got a tough choice to make.
Let's quickly go to one last bit of pre-Comic-Con news, and it's also the first bit of a first little cross on our Comic-Con predictions bingo card, because I don't know why they didn't save it to Comic-Con. They revealed it just before, but the SH Figure Arts Deadpool and Wolverine are a reality.
Yeah.
And you know, I thought I was going to be a lot more excited when I saw these. When I saw, like, the first picture or two, I was excited. But then when I saw that they didn't really come with the sort of display options I would have preferred, I cooled off a bit. I still think they look great. I still think the, you know, the sculpts are there, the paint's there, it's great. But not having an unmasked head for each of them, or especially for the Wolverine, and when you compare it to what Marvel Legends is doing, I think those Marvel Legends are going to do me just fine now.
Yeah, which is good, which is why you always want to see everything before you just throw yourself into it. But yeah, and the Wolverine face sculpt, just being nitpicky, it's not really there for me on this. I mean, the figures themselves look great. I'm sure the articulation's great, but you're right. Some of the stuff lacking with pack-in accessories, maybe even get some more fun accessory pieces between them. But yeah, I mean, they look good, but you're right. It's nice. It's nice to have that affordable option out there that actually looks good in Marvel Legends. So yeah, could go that route.
Which I'm looking forward to when we
we have seen.
We still don't have pre-order info, so we have all the leaked bits, but I don't think we've got info on when they're coming yet. And that will probably, by the time this episode goes up, that will probably be known, like Hasbro does a panel or whatnot. But the Figure Arts version are going to be up for pre-order August 1st, available in December, and running about $64 each, 9,900 yen. So you probably expect to pay closer to 80 on your big bads and your Entertainment Earths. But yeah, so look out for those if you want them. But let's now, I guess, jump right into Comic-Con. And this is going to be a bit of a wild situation, because there's a load of tabs open on the computer. Don't really know what order things are happening anymore. And there's going to be a lot of pictures to go through. We are 25 minutes in. Let's see how this goes.
We're just now getting to SDCC.
We're just now getting SDCC, and we're going to start off in the NECA booth talking Turtles. Let's just go right into it. Not even going to have any of the info up. We'll just go through the pictures, what jumps out to us. I mean, we're finally getting that Secret of the Ooze, Shredder's Throne. That's going to be a NECA store exclusive. It looks great. Looks like a great display piece. I mean... Again, it wasn't in the film. It was on a trading card. You know, it was made for the film but never featured. And then this Dimension Xmas 4-pack with the Turtles in Christmas gear. Yeah. Not something we're probably all that sort of connected to, but between me and you, I mean, we're obviously big on decorating for Christmas.
Yeah, I mean, that's the gimmick here, right? It's just getting your turtles in that Christmas gear. And are these the sculpts from the live action turtle sculpts that they did? The rock and roll touring
tour, yeah.
Yes, okay. I'm here for it. I like it. They look like fun. I'm always into a good Christmas gimmick. Will I get them? Probably not, but I see them. You know, if I saw them out and about, I'd go one.
Apparently, as well, was seeing an interview. Those will be hitting shelves really soon.
Yeah.
I mean, the card here says Q3. They will be available before Christmas and probably closer to, I think, September, October from what I've heard.
Yeah. And that's the time where, they could really do some damage to my wallet. Because if I were to see these, I almost bought the Turtles, the Turtles 3 and the Samurai stuff. I thought they were awesome. It's just,
This is a problem. Turtles is, it's Turtles. It always
It's Turtles, yeah.
This box art looks great as well.
Yeah.
I hate being one of those people who are just like, I love box art, but sometimes, like, when it's something like this,
it's almost annoying now because it's like I just don't get rid of boxes enough anymore because the art's such an ordeal now. Damn it.
So we're getting some re-releases of the TMNT Universal Monsters. So we've already seen this 2-pack in the black and white, the Hunchback Leo and the Werewolf Wrath, but now we're getting a 4-pack with the other versions, which is pretty cool. Again, if you missed the originals or if black and white's more your thing, you get the Wrath Frankenstein, the Mummy Mikey, the Creature Leo, and the Invisible Man Donnie. Just a cool way for these figures to be out there again. And again, in another interview, the team at NECA were saying this isn't the end of the Monsters line. They still have more new figures planned, but this is just a way to, get more people into it or help those who missed the originals. I'm looking forward to, there's still characters that we need to see, right? I mean, where is this Shredder Dracula that everybody's expecting?
All right, I know.
And at least two other versions of the Turtles, right? Like, we're missing another Mikey and another Donnie by my count.
Yes, we are.
You got to make it even. You can't leave two of them shortchanged.
You can't just leave them hanging. Yeah,
especially Mikey. I mean, Donnie maybe.
Donnie.
Definitely looking good. Yeah, the same. I mean, the sculpts have always looked great, and now it's just sticking in that sort of classic black and white style. These are pretty cool, pretty exciting, especially the Shredder here, but ultimate versions of Cartoon Slash and Cartoon Shredder. We've talked about it before. Cartoon Slash wasn't our cup of tea, our version of Slash.
Yeah.
Still cool, still Slash, still the cartoon.
Right.
But the ultimate Shredder, I mean, we've not seen that Shredder since basically the original wave from the cartoon figures. And now I think it's gone so long that they finally have a new version, updated articulation and engineering, and a whole bunch of accessories. So this will be really good for people that weren't in on the line at the very start.
Yeah. I even made going on this just to get a little bit of an update to my Shredders, some new accessories.
Yeah.
Not that the original one looks bad by any means. I mean, it looks fantastic still, but it's nice because I only have to buy one. Not like buying all the Turtles.
No 2-packs anymore. Yeah. I do love that he comes with the unmasked sort of helmeted head here. This one, that one that one sticks out to me as one I remember from the cartoon.
It blew your mind when he finally took that off. It was like, wow,
why is he so handsome?
Always cool seeing such a gimmick in the 80s. Remember, we never got to see Dr. Claw or Cobra Commander. Such a mystery.
The big reveal. A couple more from the cartoon line. Punk Leo and Punk Wrath. There's already that Punk 4-pack out there. Again, more
sister,
ways.
What's the haps?
Yo, sister, what's the haps?
Yeah, just keep getting the Turtles out there. Throw them in different clothes. That's one thing. But the Worm and Tattoo, kind of interesting because Worm wasn't in the original cartoon. He was just in a commercial, from what I remember. Yeah. Or at least from what I've been reading everywhere. Yeah. And Tattoo was in the cartoon, but I think at a point when I can't remember those episodes.
They're reaching, but we got A-Stuck too, so.
We got A-Stuck. And Bebop and Rocksteady in vacation mode. Just a funny way to get another Bebop and Rocksteady out there. The thing is, like, Worm is one of my favorite Playmates figures.
Yeah.
This is close, but it's just not there for me. Like, it's the colors. It's the green, and it's just the complete dominance of green and blue. Like, the original had, like, all that purple in it. It's really close, but
yeah,
it's just not enough for me to want it. And also, like, Tattoo is never on the opposite end of that spectrum. Tattoo is always one of my lesser favorite figures.
Yeah.
And I don't remember him from the cartoon. I've got no connection to it, so it might be one I pass up.
Yeah, anything that was more just like a basic human form, I wasn't really about in this line. And you're not getting all the tattoos that like came with them.
I know you know what? If they don't include something like that, they're missing an opportunity. The Bebop and Rocksteady look fun. Again, not
they're
too
funny,
familiar with them, but just looking good. Donnie's Lab, I think that pre-order window's closed, but it should probably be shipping soon. If you had all that money to drop on one, congratulations. I
thought I did, and then I got into that cart, and I was like, no, I don't. I don't have this.
The Stump Wrestling Turtles from TMNT Adventures. Definitely a cool 4-pack.
Yeah.
But it's that thing of not familiar. Did not read TMNT Adventures, like, randomly enough.
Right,
You know, wrestling, it's up our alley, but it is always hard to justify if you've got no connection to these things. And that's not stopped us before, but you know, one of these 4-packs is going to be like $120. That sort of puts a bit of pause into you.
And that's the thing. It's just another set of turtles that you're going to have to drop money on. So, yeah, it's not entirely our thing, but they are cool. It's you know, NECA's really going deep into this stuff now, which I was surprised to see at all that they would, you know, kind of round this out as much as they have. But
it's good for, like, you know, fans of TMNT Adventures. Like, you're eating good now because, like, I mean, look at this guy, Crying Hound. No idea who he is. Like, he definitely gives me off vibes of, like, a Disney, like, Goof Troop sort of villain almost. But just really cool, big, 4-armed creature. Like, looks great. I think this was revealed for Walmart Collector Con just prior to SDCC, so, you know, good luck getting that if you want. Closer looks at all the turtles. The wrestling Leatherhead is pretty cool.
It's cool. I'm always, you know, a mark for a Leatherhead.
He better come with the chair as well.
I know, because are they making that ring too?
They didn't say, but I mean, like...
But it looks like it was scaled and modeled as a toy. Maybe not. No, yeah. That's like a piece. It looks
like they could easily do it. Like, it's definitely... It's, you know, out of the things they've made, it's on the smaller side of, like, the play sets. And, you know, you could probably charge...
I mean, where else are you going to display them, Frank?
To be fair, you do have a lot of wrestling ring options out there in the wild now.
Yeah, you do. But you don't have a NECA one.
That's true. Here they are in boxes, so, you know, probably going to be hitting shelves before too long. Crying Hound, we're seeing the Belly Bomb, the Mondo Gecko, which we've seen in previous shows. I mean, it's just never ends. Then we go to the comic stuff. There's so much of it. What do we got here? That Leatherhead makes a reappearance. I mean, that is the Leatherhead, I think. He's
looking good.
It's a big boy.
He's a big boy. That's
that
your $80
we've
figure.
Seen teased before. Karai's Shredder.
Yep.
We've got the original comic April O'Neil in the back there.
I'm liking that. The
Triceraton.
The Tidy Whities.
The Tidy Whities, which again we've seen leaked before. A couple different versions of the Turtles, Mechanic Don, Super Turtle, Warrior versions. Again, all the Mirage Turtles.
Yeah.
And then, the last Ronin stuff. Let's try to skip ahead and get some closer looks. Yeah, that Leatherhead.
Yeah, he's looking good.
This is the problem, like...
They're all looking good, actually.
Everything here, like... I've been tempted to go more on the comic stuff as well from the classics. Like, he looks great. The Foot Enforcers look good. Triceratons look great. The different versions of the Turtles... I have no idea what these are, but, you know, they're from the comic as well.
Let's go out to the kitchen, snack time.
And then the Last Ronin stuff.
This is looking good. Yeah.
Yeah, the Granny April looking really good, coming with the new generation, the younger versions.
New gen, next gen.
The Sinjas in the armored up versions looking good. The was it Casey
Marie Jones? Yeah,
Casey Marie Jones with the motorcycle, and then the new Turtles. This all cool. Unique, all like cool, kitted out, different. I just love how different they look now. I mean, obviously they're different Turtles, but I just love the different personalities you're getting in each one. Yep. There's the motorcycle, Naked Ronin or Battle Damage Ronin, which we've seen. But yeah, those first and second quarter 2025 for the new Turtles, and Casey Marie and the motorcycle 2025. Apparently, the Last Ronin could fit on the motorcycle as well.
Nice.
I've
got to read. I've got to start the new wave of the Turtles. Start reading through those now.
I do. I need to get the. I still haven't read the middle. So not the sequel, but the one that introduces the new generation of Turtles, and then. Yeah, because they just look great.
Yeah, they do. I love to. I want to get to know them, so then I could justify buying these, and that's what it's all about.
And it's just, it's more Turtles, but it's actually different Turtles as well. So I feel a bit less guilty about it.
Yeah.
So yeah, that was NECA. That was just the NECA Turtles. So there's more to get to with NECA later. We'll see if we get there. There was another exclusive reveal. This one came from Pixel Dan. And that was a Panda Khan for the cartoon line. Another character that never appeared in the cartoon, but they worked with the companies behind the characters and were able to design this. It does look like it did exist in the cartoon. Like when I saw this first, I was like, did I miss something from the cartoon? Like, I don't remember this, but I believe that it would have existed.
Yeah. Yeah, he looks good.
Just a cool addition. And again, another one of those toys from back in the day that was really good to have, the old Pandacon. So we're going to jump around. Like I said, it's all over the place. Let's jump over quickly to Super 7 for a tiny bit. Why not? Because they are re-releasing their Mighty Morphin Power Rangers Ultimates Rangers at a lower price point. $35, and they're going to come in boxes which are homages to the original boxes that those big tall figures used to come in, and they all have a metallic finish. Now, what are we thinking here, Jeff? Is the 35 is that enough to potentially warrant dipping into these?
Well, see, Frank, what annoys me is I have dipped into this line, and I'm only missing from the main line the blue and black Ranger. And now that they've done the whole metallic gimmick, which is more accurate to the show, I'm really in a conundrum here. I'm like, am I just gonna go snag these up, and what do I do with those old ones? But I like it. The price point is definitely, I'm here for that. I like that idea. It does seem like they're obviously gonna have less pack and accessories that come with that, but I also do like the addition of kind of the metallic suits, and the packaging, of course. They're always kind of knocking out of the park with that. So that's just a long-winded way of saying, like, there's going to be a day with the right amount of chemicals in me and impulse, let's say, where maybe it just gets a little sloppy.
Yeah, definitely. So they come packed with just more of the original toy style weapons. Yeah, so they definitely don't come with nearly as much as the $55 releases, but definitely cool if you weren't there on the ground floor when they were coming out. I think you could still find them all. Like, I don't think they're necessarily hard to come by, but
truth be told, I bought the original releases because they were on sale. That was like the only reason. I think I paid around $30-$40 a pop for some of them, so it wasn't the worst thing in the world. So that's why I've been holding out for the black and blue Ranger. Like, if they drop, cool. If not, then we just don't have Billy or Zach.
Hopefully, I mean, they revealed a couple they sort of seem like a lot of the Ultimates lines. Super 7 seems to be at like a tipping point with it, as in like there was that one wave they put up for pre-orders where they didn't get enough to move forward with any figure, but I think like the Tiger Zord or the White Ranger or something like that. There's a Bulk Skull they showed off at Comic-Con, but still, kind of silent. That line seems to be puttering out.
Bulk Skull.
But we'll see what happens. Obviously, who is it? Playmates now has the rights for Power Rangers moving forward for at least a certain scale. So, fingers crossed. We all love a bit of Power Rangers here, especially Mighty Morphin.
Yeah, that was going to be one of my predictions too, that we'd see Playmates come up with something, but I don't know if they're going to go in that heavy action figure based, because they did like kids releases so far, like more kid oriented toys. So we'll see. We shall see.
We'll tell. Let's go over to Toddy, the Todd Father. Just before we started hitting record on here, his panel happened at Comic-Con, so we do have some pics from Toy News Eye, and these are sort of, we're seeing a lot of these for the first time, but we got some new 7-inch ultra articulated action figures for Effigy, The Question, and Shining Knight, which I think are all sort of new reveals. The Question's always been one of those cool characters. I remember him from like the Justice League cartoon and everything. The other two, not super familiar with, but again, he's getting deep. And look, is that a female character I see?
Right, I know.
What's happening?
It can be done.
Yeah. Some more movie maniacs, this time Rocky, and as big of a Rocky fan as I am, especially Rocky 4, it's just the pre-pose statue thing. It's not my gimmick, but it's cool. They're coming out. Rocky 4, Ivan Drago and Rocky 3, Clubber Lang and Rocky Balboa. Not the best face sculpts on these digital renders. Beetlejuice, 6-inch movie maniacs, looking all right. Still kind of, a lot of these, the face sculpts seem not fully cartoonish, but there's definitely a hint of like animation to it. But who doesn't love a Beetlejuice? And it should be said that NECA also mentioned that they'll be doing collectibles and stuff for Beetlejuice, as well as some other things, which we'll get to. We'll get there. More Music Maniacs, Freddie Mercury, and Slash. So it's cool. They're going deeper and deeper here. I want to see this keep going because, where's the boss? That's what.
Eventually they got to get there, right?
At this rate, come on, we're getting there.
Yeah.
Like, I didn't think it would go this long, and already they're fairly deep into it. Looking good though. Not super excited about posed 6-inch UFC figures personally. He's sticking in that sports realm where his sports figures are pre-posed, but I've dipped in and out of UFC over the years, but I've definitely given them the cold shoulder as of recent. Not really too interested with the sort of product that's going out. But they'll be coming out if you're into it. There you go. Blizzard, they're going to be doing more Blizzard, World of Warcraft, customizable posed figures, which is interesting. I don't know what the customizable bit means. Maybe it's armor pieces. We didn't watch the panel, folks. We're just looking at photos.
You could just switch their stands there or something.
Bleach, 1,000-Year Blood War, sure. But some more anime characters looking like, taking some of the learnings from the DC with the soft goods. Definitely, taking a step up in the anime figures, it seems.
Yeah.
And then, there he is. Hey, guys.
Oh, there he is. Is that a turtleneck? Is that like a short sleeve turtleneck? Only Todd.
I think it's a short sleeve turtleneck.
It's like a quarter neck. It's a quarter neck.
I don't think I've ever seen that before.
He's
something.
It's the perfect shirt for him.
It's a Todd shirt. I could also see Todd wearing this outfit and pulling it off as well.
Exactly.
Some of these figures we've seen, the Batman 66, the World's Finest. Have we seen that modern Red Hood yet?
I haven't. So this seems. Yeah. So nobody must have.
No,
I haven't. No. This looks new.
the Rebirth Cyborg looks really cool. Yeah, so those are coming fall 2024. Yeah. Again, more of these guys. Motorcycle.
I mean, yeah, I like the motorcycle.
Motorcycle looks good. Still, oh, here we go. It's pre-ordered. We're waiting. In stores now. Wait. I've not seen them.
No. If I see them in stores, though, I'm buying them and just canceling my pre-order. Like that's one of those lines. If I see them all.
And here's the reveal here. The Forever Batmobile, looking like it's got lights. Yeah. Looking very much the part, and it's got a size to it. It's got a size.
Yeah, this will be purchased. I'm not even, like, we talked about it off air. This is probably my second favorite Batmobile. I loved it for all the reasons most people hate it. I love the gimmicks. I love the one-seater cockpit. I like that it lights up. I like that he basically just, it looks like rubber when he's driving it through the city in the movie. But yeah, this looks awesome.
Yeah. And that's not all, because it's going to come with a figure, I believe, and the Michael Gough Alfred, which, you know, we sort of guessed in previous episodes maybe could be a Build-A-Figure for a line down the road, but...
He is the anchor of all of these Batmen. Yeah. So we just need returns and a little bit more from 89, and bada bing.
Looking good as well.
Yeah, so, he looks great too, his face sculpt.
This was a surprise announcement. I mean, he's doing the Todd Phillips Joker, so, you know, you're getting the Joaquin Joker, but here's the interesting one. So a couple different head sculpts, great, but a Bobby. We're getting a Bobby De Niro.
And, you know, it's perfect, because this Bobby De Niro could be used in anything. You could have a Goodfellas display, you could have casino display. He's a little bit older, but yeah, hats off to you.
Nailed the likeness there as well.
I feel they just asked him at like a red carpet event, "Can I make a toy you?" Whatever.
And coming with the set from the end of the movie, the Murray Franklin talk show set.
I just want to do this and get like a custom Johnny Carson figure or something, or Conan figure, you know, and just do my own late night display.
That looks good. You know, the trailer for the new one came out. Still excited for that. Still enjoyed that first one for as, you know, different and not what, you know, maybe people thought the Joker, but still was I think a well-made film.
Hey, we got to see baby Bruce Wayne in that movie.
Maybe, you know, there were some choices in there that I probably could have gone without, but I'm looking forward to the new one being a musical. So,
well, I want to see Gaga in there, and
there's something like, I think they've said they do like covers of like 14 or 15 songs in the film. So, as long as you're not going in expecting, you know, Joker fighting Batman, I guess you'd maybe be happy.
Maybe Batman comes in singing. Who knows?
Maybe.
And it kicks off the whole new DCU.
And if it's Robert Pattinson as well, that'd be the real kick in the teeth.
I'm here for it, right?
New collector's edition figures. Dark Knight Returns Batman with the battle damage, with the alternate heads. A Green Lantern, which is basically, you buy 4 of those figures, you got 4 Green Lanterns, and a Comic Huntress.
Yeah,
love it. So, I'm loving these. Like,
this is a solid lineup right here. Yeah, I think I'd be in it for the Green Lantern and definitely Huntress, because I have the battle damaged Batman in the Mafex line. So,
and despite this picture making me think I've got glaucoma, I can see a lot of power constructs.
Someone was in a car driving by when they took this picture.
Oh, there we go. A little better. So. Huntress has a couple of alternate faces, the bow. Green Lantern has some power constructs and the lantern, which is great. And fisted hands. Yeah, that's a purchase.
I'm just glad he didn't go with like a Huntress from the Birds of Prey show, like because sometimes he'll go with that really wonky, obscure thing, and then you're like, come on. And then 2 years later,
he'll get to that point at some point. He'll be bizarre enough to do it. More re-releases from the animated series, including a Batman variant that looks straight out of the old Kenner line.
Yeah.
Batgirl, Christmas Joker, and Two-Face from the original animated series, so all looking quite cool. And it looks like they still have the cell shading, but maybe it's been toned down a bit.
Hopefully, yeah.
And what they like to do is a new figure as the Build-A-Figure, which is Maxi Zeus, which I have a vague recollection of, but definitely not one of the characters I think of when I think of Batman.
No, in fact, I'd forgotten all about that character.
And a re-release of the Batwing, the animated Batwing, which I remember seeing pictures of people getting the DC Collectibles one and mounting it on walls. It looked like quite a cool display piece. Quite big from what I remember.
I literally would love to get one of these and do like a light display with it, so it's like twofold, an emblem with that. So, oh man, that first one was just way too much money, but like the one that came out with the Flash, but oh man, a Batwing would be awesome.
Hopefully this one is more in line with some of the other things that he's done, because that would be cool. I'm still tempted. I want to get the animated series Batmobile. Like, seeing people, that box now and the size of it, like, looks great.
Yeah.
Whew. The New Adventures re-releases, which we've talked about before. Some more superpowers. So we've seen the drawing board. We talked about that last week. Not even worth really checking the numbers now. I think it pretty much stalled out. More statues. And then we get into the Spawn stuff. More statues. He's trying to get back into the statues.
Movies happening. Movies happening, folks.
Some ultra articulated figures though, and we're getting Call of Duty skins for Spawn, which, you know, maybe not the ideal way to get a Spawn, but at least this one here, this original flavor, that just reminds me of the original movie. So
yeah,
I think that's a pretty good representation with all like the sinewy muscle and everything like that.
Exactly,
it just looks like a good Spawn.
Yeah.
Tactical Spawn. He's cool. He's tactical.
He's cool. You can really do anything with Spawn at this point.
Exactly. And I remember thinking, like, when that line started coming out, I was going to be all in, and then it just started happening too quick and being a little bit too obscure even for me.
It all started when we couldn't find that first Mortal Kombat Spawn release, and that really kind of curbed everything.
Yeah, exactly.
Maybe I don't need Spawn.
I don't have a Spawn-shaped hole in my heart.
I did the Kickstarter gimmick, but Todd didn't really sign that card. Spoiler.
More of these Marvel statues, which apparently they're not from the word on the street is not doing as well as they should be doing, like pre-sales wise. But I still think they look cool. Like, and I mean, they're a bit smaller than I would have thought.
Wow. Yeah.
But like as a display, especially for someone who maybe isn't fully into like action figures, if you're just looking for something cool to have on your desk at work, I think that does the part, doesn't it?
Yeah, they scratch the itch for sure.
So a lot more reveals and art for upcoming ones. Still cool that, we're sticking with the Marvel stuff as well. Cool to see Todd doing that. And that was basically it. I mean, previously, I think they also revealed, we won't get into it here, but they will be launching a Kickstarter for their medieval Spawn, finally, after sort of teasing that out for a while.
Yeah.
So that's going to be coming soon. Let's jump ahead quickly to Syndicate Collectibles. Did the Pumpkinhead figure we've talked about in the past, but the one that really jumped out to me this time was the Bender figure. So we're actually seeing a physical version of that Howling figure, the $60 werewolf. Looking good, but I'm more into if you want to give us a Futurama line, because
that'd be cool.
Missed out on some of those old Futurama lines.
It's been a while since we've seen those characters back
and
in
it's
business.
hard to screw up, isn't it? Like,
right.
I mean, it will be articulated. It doesn't have the cuts or anything yet, but it will be fully articulated from what they said.
Yeah.
But yeah, hard to screw up Bender. He's just a tin can.
That looks good.
And then no other real big reveals from Syndicate. It was just that Bender popping up. A little disappointed we didn't see any King of the Hill because they have teased that license in the past.
Yeah.
They showed off a couple of like prop replicas and statues, but again, maybe it's still only early Friday in terms of the show, so there might be more reveals. These companies like dropping more reveals throughout the show.
Yeah.
3-0, another import line who I've got a bunch of figures from their Robo Duo line, who they've done Evangelion figures that I've got. And a while ago they announced Kaiju Duo, which is like a spin-off doing Kaiju figures, and they revealed the first one, and it is a Godzilla for probably one of my favorite versions of the character, the Godzilla 78. And he just looks, it's out of scale with all my other Godzilla figures. I think this guy's going to be about 9 inches tall, but if I can judge the Robo Duo line to this, the quality's going to be there, the articulation's solid. They have sort of like, die-cast articulation, or at least metal articulation, so it's all strong articulation. And it's one of my favorite Godzilla suits. It's like
it's
the one I grew up with,
classic.
Basically.
Yep. Yeah, he looks awesome.
And that's not all from Godzilla, because Hia Toys is also at the show showing off some prototypes, including Godzilla 2000, based on the costume and not the concept art, which is pretty interesting because I don't think there's been a super articulated version based on the costume yet. Monster Arts did the concept art version, but then they're also doing GMK, which is, I think, my favorite Godzilla design. And he's got some competition now, obviously, with things like Shin Godzilla and Godzilla -1. But as far as the old suit versions of Godzilla, he's hard to top. And the Monster Arts version that I have is great, but I could always dip for this guy again. And surprisingly, Mechagodzilla from Godzilla vs. Mechagodzilla 2, one of the Heisei era films. A couple of more statues, and a Kong, which people are very excited about, from Godzilla X Kong the New Empire, because it looks a heck of a lot more accurate than the SH Monster Arts version. So
he's looking good.
Hia Toys bringing the heat, Jeff. And the heat is being brought to the camera, which is going to keep shutting down. But we're gonna fight through this. Jada Toys. Are we going to get to Jada Toys? Let's quickly go to Jada Toys, who had a couple of fun reveals. Robo Don't Know, obviously one of our faves. He got some pics. He's just as excited as we are.
Look at this.
Because Jada is doing Scooby-Doo. And it's Scooby-Doo. I mean, that's Shaggy, and there's been more reveals, but this has to be one of the shocks of the show for me.
Tony the Tiger.
Tony the Tiger, and I Frosted Flakes, I don't even really like Frosted Flakes that much, but Tony, you can't beat Tony.
Tony's always Tony makes you like, you buy Frosted Flakes for Tony. That's
it. You don't buy it for the Frosted Flakes. You buy it for the mascot, because he's telling you they're great.
Yeah, they're great.
Soft goods bandana. I mean, I just love how the eyes have been done. I love the basketball with the spinning gimmick. It's just great. Like they're doing so well. Like Jada Toys. And we'll get to more Jada Toys in a bit. We said we're jumping all over the place, going quick on some things, longer on
others. The war room's going crazy right now, trying to get it together.
Where else? Okay, I mean, let's get right to a big one here. Mondo showing off the heat. Real Ghostbusters. We knew it was coming, but they've shown off the first 4 figures. What is there to say, Jeff? I mean, how excited are we for this?
Oh, this has got to be the cream of the crop right now. We talked about it off air. What's that bottom line price going to look like? But it's more out of just like, how much. We're basically saying, how much are we going to have to pay for these things, because we kind of need these things. But that Boogeyman, oh my God, that thing alone is a masterpiece. I mean, and it's got the alternate head sculpt, and just even the real Ghostbusters have such a cool dynamic look, and the detail. They look straight from the show.
Yeah.
I think I'm most excited about this line because I think we've talked about it since the beginning of time with this show, way back in 2018, that, real Ghostbusters was something that we'd love to see in like a mainline action figure form. As we said, the only option up until now is those Diamond Select ones. And it'll be funny, like those used to just look so accurate to the show, but now seeing these, I think up close, side by side,
I think it blows them away.
These are gonna blow them away. Blow them away, yeah.
And it's not gonna have any of that awkward articulation where you can really only stand them straight up.
Yeah, on those boots. But I do like that, they're in it for the long haul. They've said they are going deep with this. You're going to get awesome ghosts. They're also going to do single packs of the Busters, so it's maybe a little lighter on the wallet for fans who just want the Busters, or maybe who just want a monster down the road. I'm loving this, though. I can't wait to see this all kind of come together.
So still no price point, unfortunately, but as Jeff was saying, they're going to be released in 2 packs, 1 Buster and 1 Ghost, and then also single packs. There are pictures from Mondo's panel, which shows that they come with a load of accessories. So alternate head sculpts, traps that have the ghosts being sucked into them. I mean,
so cool.
It's been worth the wait, and I can only hope that all those sort of lines, those dream lines that we've wanted throughout the years, get their version of this at some point. Like,
exactly.
This is going to be the definitive real Ghostbusters line for... it's hard to see it top. Like, how can you be more accurate to the source material than what they're putting out there?
Exactly.
Funnily enough, it does say that the first one's going to be going up for pre-order this fall. I mean, the little placards, the little signs in the booth, they're quite wrong and filled with like spelling mistakes, and they were calling them 1/6 scale. But it did say that the Vankman and Sam Hearn 2-pack was going to be available by the end of this year, and that the Egon and Boogeyman was going to be Q1 next year. So if we can have one of these in our collection by the end of the year. So these are going to be hopefully every quarter, which should be helpful to the wallet because we don't expect these to be cheap.
Yeah.
Me and Jeff are talking off air, sort of guesstimating what they could be and sort of where our upper limits are going to be. Hopefully it won't hit those because, they're just looking great. I don't know how many different times I could say great, but great is the key here, and definitely something that I think all Ghostbusters fans, especially real Ghostbusters fans, are very excited about.
Yeah.
And looking forward to where the line goes from here. So Mondo also showed off a few bits and bobs at their panel, non-Ghostbusters related. So we're seeing more pictures of that 1/6 scale scare mare, which looks great. Again, I wish I had unlimited funds. Sometimes it feels like I spend like I do, but I do not have the funds to buy all these 1/6 scales because this Buzz Off looks amazing.
Yeah.
The Manny faces. You're tempting me. You're tempting me, Mondo.
The marketing here too is just like the cosmic backgrounds, and it's just such a nostalgia vibe, and
all the different faces. This was a bit of a surprise, a soft vinyl Ripster, and keeping in line with the TMNT soft vinyls that they're doing, which I didn't think I'd be interested in, but the more characters they reveal, the more just they look cool. Like, I'm not gonna get them. I will envy them from afar. The Thundercats reveals, which they're doing now, the 1/6 scale. I mean, Mumra looks amazing, and then this was a big one, another 1/12 scale line. So Ghostbusters isn't the only sort of 6-inch figure coming out. They're doing Motu 2000X, which is bizarre because I just would have thought, Mattel would have had that on lockdown, but apparently not. And this looks like quite the definitive version if 2000X is your version of He-Man. All the different hair, the different faces, all the weapons. Looks like the sculpt's going to be great, so it'll be interesting to see how deep they go here. Like, is that going to be a fully fledged line, sort of like Motu Origins, or is it like a one and done? Again, we are just scratching the surface. We are going to touch base on this in person very soon, and we will try to recap our thoughts on SDCC, because there's just too much.
There's
too
stuff
much too
probably
quick.
Surging as we're talking, happening.
Oh, I don't even want to hit refresh on these websites.
Don't do it.
It's too scary.
Toy Arc is always overwhelming with all of their links. You're like, where do I begin? It's like a phone book.
Well, here's a big one, and I fully expect my camera to cut off during this, but G.I. Joe Classified, the HasLab has launched. It is the Rattler, like everybody thought. A target of 9,000. It launched yesterday. Jeff, currently, as of the recording of this, 9,249 backers in, I'm pretty sure, less than a day. It's funded.
Go Joe. Yeah, this is just another awesome piece. I think I can say with assurance, this will be in my collection. This is one of those toys played with growing up. Absolutely love it. Still kicking myself over not getting the Dragonfly. I won't make the same mistake again, Frank. I've got 45 days to scrape change off the sidewalk and get my funds together. It has cool tiers. Obviously the first one I think is like a decal tier, but you're also getting 2 figures. You're getting the Gunner. We're getting another Baroness, which I'm here for. The Baroness I have came with the motorcycle. She's great and all, but I'm ready for a little updated Baroness. And it would just be awesome if she's piloting this good old Cobra vehicle, or plane as it were. But yeah, I'm totally looking forward to this, and it's going to be huge. Like I don't know that, because I'm just thinking of the scale from the original G.I. Joe in the 80s, and that one was pretty big, the Rattler. But I'm thinking of the Hiss tank right now. Like, this is going to be massive, and it's just going to be awesome. And you're going to have lights on this. And what I loved with the Hiss tank too is that you could cycle through all the lights, and it's got a hard 15-minute shut off switch, so it's cool.
Okay.
You won't be leaving it on all night. But yeah, this is. I mean, oh man, I'm going to have to get a real hanger to put this in.
It's we're not too far from having to get to that point, because they're going deep in. I didn't think they'd be going this deep into the vehicles at this scale, but here we are. And the fans have spoken, though. I mean, this has to be one of. Is this the most popular retail line at the minute? Like, it feels like it. Yeah, I mean, it's so consistent, I think, is really what's keeping our interest in. It's just like, I think everyone's learning about, you have the diehard G.I. Joe fans, but then you have fans like me, and it's like finally getting introduced to some of these characters, and it's like, wow, I had no idea there were so many characters. But they're just killing it up and down, left and right. Man, the marketing, I mean, who doesn't want to go to work for Cobra Commander? Oh. So the tier unlocks. So that first tier, the Airborne Squadron patches, that's unlocking at 11,000. The next unlock will be this guy here, the Turret Gunner. He's going to unlock at 14,000.
Yeah.
And the Baroness pilot is 18,000. We're already halfway there. Less than a day. 45 days to go. This thing's gonna go over 20, over 30. I mean, could it break the record for most backed HasLab? It'll be interesting to see. It's pretty
cool. And as you brought up, like when we were just talking, Hasbro's been known to maybe unlock a couple more tiers or throw in things just for appreciation. So who knows? Hopefully, it's possible we get another figure out of this, or just some add-ons like they did with the Hiss tank. So either way, though, I'm happy with just getting the couple of figs and the Rattler. That'll be awesome.
Well, so 45 days. Get backing if you haven't already. At least 9,000 of you have. So. Definitely a crowd out there for it. And let's just keep it going. It doesn't stop. Let's go back to NECA because there were some big old surprises, including another tick on the bingo card. Yeah. There he is. Ultimate Pee-wee. And what's there to say? I mean...
Yeah. I'm so happy to see this. It's been a long time coming with Pee-wee. I love that he's got Terry packed in with him. Just a fun one. And I just love the figures that are good one-offs, that are going to build out that 80s movie collection. You know, he's going to fit right in. He's going to be right at home with the rest of the freaks on the shelf, you know. I guess is the one way to put it, you know, with my Freddys, my Jasons. You know, he's so versatile, but he looks good. You know, this prototype's looking good, I guess. Yeah, look at that.
I do love the alternate head sculpts looking great. More elves coming. You know, they're gonna ride that sculpt into the ground.
I hope, you know what, if with this line, I really hope they eventually do just like an accessories pack, because I'm really loving the accessories that have come with all these figures. Like, such a cool little, you know, just those little dressings for your 80s display. But yeah, this sculpt, power to you, NECA. And people must be buying them. So
people love Elf, apparently. Elf? Yeah, so the totally 80s Elf, he was revealed at the show, fourth quarter this year. The SDCC exclusive, Super Elf. And then obviously we've had the Born to Rock Elf, who's out and about now, or just about to hit shelves.
It's the closest we have to a Springsteen right now.
It's quite sad that that's the case. But we can get the outfit off of him, and, we'll be halfway there.
Else. I'll find a figure.
And then, what is there to say? This might be, we've probably already said it, but this might be surprise of the show?
This is that, hey, there's chocolate cake for after the meal. Like, I'm so pleasantly surprised to see this. Wouldn't have thought in a million years, would you, Frank, that we would see ultimate style, Sesame Street characters. I thought when they did like the Toonie style, I'm like, yeah, that's a really good place for them, you know? But this lineup, I mean, I'm a big Ernie guy. Yeah. Bert and Ernie, Frank Oz, Jim Henson. Come on, what a pairing! Yeah, I'm getting these. There's no question. Even the Count looks awesome. I mean,
the cape and everything on the Count.
Like eventually, if you you can get a Grover, a Kermit. I mean, there's just so many cool little monsters that were featured on Sesame Street.
Well, and then if we can go to, we can go to the Bird. If we can go Snuffleupagus.
Oh my God, yeah.
Oscar, like.
Yes.
Maybe not Elmo. I don't care about Elmo, but.
After our time, it got a little too big, too fast.
But I think the big thing here, like, so yeah, obviously Ultimates, so alternate head sculpts, like accessories, but I just think the big shock here was, I think everybody thought Super 7 was going to do something with Sesame Street. Like Super 7 Sesame Street Ultimates. I thought everybody in the world was saying that was going to be the thing. And then NECA's like, wow, we'll do it. And it's going to be great. And much like their Nightmare Before Christmas figures back in the day, the thing about these that I love so much is that the texture is there.
Yeah. Yep.
Like, I feel like if they were... I don't want to judge something that doesn't exist, but I almost want to say if Super 7 had done these, they would be smooth.
Yep.
And just NECA nails doing these interesting a lot like Boss Fight with the Fraggle Rock guys, the Fraggle Rock figures. It's making it seem like it's felt,
Yes, the texture and almost that matte kind of finish. There's no sheen to it. They've always just been killer at that. But yeah, I'm loving these guys. I even want those letters. If
they better come with them, like in some
so cool.
way. And third quarter 2024. So I mean, this is a full-time release, hopefully.
Yeah.
Hopefully not too far away. And then, look, we also got a a reveal of what looks to be re-releases of some of the Nightmare Before Christmas figures, which, despite the fact that I have the originals of these, they are so brittle, and they have broken, and my jacks are all held together by glue.
Yeah.
And I'm worried to breathe on the other ones. I'm a bit disappointed that, at least from a outside view, not having talked to anybody, that they just look like straight up re-releases, but at least the plastic is newer and they should hold up a bit. I would easily, I'd rebuy a jack. I'd rebuy both these jacks just to have them.
Yeah, I think I'll probably go in on these. I mean, I have the Beast Kingdom ones; they're fine. But I've always liked the NECA style because it actually looked like straight from the movie. The claymation,
it's the texture again.
The texture, it is.
Like look at all those little scratches.
It looks like it's made out of
imperfections.
Yeah. Yeah, they look great, and this line will have legs, obviously. I don't see any reason why they wouldn't keep going deeper, but yeah, I was actually surprised to see that they were going to re-release this, but good, because as you know, it's hard to track these down and always get like a fair price, good price. So yeah,
I'm always looking to try to get closer to finishing that collection. More of the dinosaurs again. All a little disappointed that we didn't see any new reveals here. I thought that this line could have had some legs. Again, you sort of never know what's gonna hit. But obviously there's a couple of versions of Earl which we've seen already, and the baby doesn't at least seem yet that we're gonna get the rest of the family, but maybe by re-releasing all these versions of Earl, they're adding to the piggy bank to be able to give us a Fran or the kids or some of the friends. So hopefully, we can only hope. Some of the Toonie line, like we said. See, this is like how I'd expect them to almost. That smoothness is what I would expect
like a Super
from
7,
another company. And some of the Coraline bits, which we've seen. More Toonies, Pee-wee, Elvira, obviously Angela Lansbury, Murder, She Wrote. It looks like a couple of new Home Alone ones, which is cool.
I like these. I'd put these out for Christmas. If I see these in the store, this could be the kind of direction I go in with this.
They've done well. I mean, I'm still holding out as well for Ultimates. They had the retro cloth figures, but I was never too big on that. But if they could give us an Ultimates, I'd be down. Okay, moving on. Jada Toys had a lot to reveal. Saw a lot of new Street Fighter. Saw some really cool Cyberpunk figures. But the thing that I think really got us is some new Mega Man figures, including, you can see it in the back of this Instagram video, Snake Man has been revealed. So we're getting outside of Mega Man 1 and 2. We've got a Gemini Blast version of Mega Man, seeing some of the figures that still haven't dropped yet, like Woodman. I mean, this line, still have that first wave, have the second wave pre-ordered. I just can't wait to get, I'm in, all in. Just keep releasing them. Give me all the Robot Masters, please.
I actually still need to get into this line, which I definitely will, but I'm like, for some dumb reason, seeing Woodman, that one just connects with me. That I think because he was like the first stage I ever could be in a Mega Man game in general. He was one of the easier guys. But this is awesome to see them really committed to this line and going deep into it. Love all the different suits of Mega Man that we're getting. Just fun. I mean, Jada Toys, what can you say? Like,
they are I think they're the big surprise company of the past sort of year or two. Now, I think maybe who knows by the time this episode goes out, but it feels like there's still space in that display for one more, because the way their waves have been going is it's been a version of Mega Man and 2 Robot Masters, and the way I'm adding it up, I think they only revealed 1 Mega Man and 1 Robot Master, so I'm hoping there's still one more to be revealed before everything's said and done. And I'd love it if it was like, I don't know, like Skullman or something.
Airman would be cool too.
Yeah. Just love Mega Man. Love how expressive these toys are.
Yeah. Love it till you play it. And then controllers are almost in jeopardy.
Just tossed. And now, since we've actually been recording, Jeff, a couple more, we're finally seeing them official.
They're there.
There they are.
Looking
so
good, too.
This is how fast things are happening in the world of toy news and SDCC. Wolverine and Deadpool Marvel Legends have been revealed at the Hasbro panel. Officially coming, looking great. For my money, looking better. I mean, with that head sculpt, looking better than the figure arts. Yeah,
they've turned a corner. I mean, they really have. Marvel Legends we've definitely been seeing and talking about them in a better light. You know, they've retooled some of where they need better articulation. It seems to have been retooled, and just in general, their sculpts are there. Yeah, these are a really good, affordable option.
Gonna be up for pre-order. If you're watching this the day it drops, today.
It is going to be tough. I wish they could have gotten these out a little bit sooner, because there's nothing better than like getting out of seeing a movie, going over to the toy store and seeing these on the pegs, and then it's like, you got me. Like, you know, with Star Wars, like when I bought that Sith speeder, there it was that day. Like I'm all into it, but still cool to see.
Also getting a sort of collector's edition Colossus from the Deadpool movies, which is pretty cool to get as well.
It's pretty cool.
That goes up for pre-order the 31st.
Yeah.
And then a couple more Marvel reveals. The bad guys from Infinity War, the Outriders, and a tease of a shoe. A tease of a spider arm of some kind.
A spider napkin holder.
Too many Marvel Legends. We'll touch base on Marvel Legends again, but the big ones was seeing those. The horror stuff from NECA. So going back to NECA, showing off the Krampus figures, loving the look of this Krampus, the clown. I love that film. Sort of it's become a yearly Christmas watch now.
And you know, when I saw the price of that Krampus, I thought it was a little steep. But now seeing the size of that thing, I mean, that is looking huge.
He's a big boy.
Yeah.
A couple more. Again, everyone's doing a Megan, so got that. The Jack and David from American Werewolf, which we've seen, have pre-ordered. Can't wait to get.
Do they ship this fall as well? They should.
That was like an October ship, I think, September, October.
That's good.
More Chuckies from the show, which I still need to watch the newest season, but I've really enjoyed the seasons previous.
Yeah.
Ultimate Megan coming with the different head options. I think there's also the retro cloth version of Megan. A couple of re-releases. So these bad boys are, a bit long in the tooth, but coming back out again.
Here we are. Yeah,
the Hannibal Lecters.
That's interesting. All the re-releases lately with just a bunch of companies, but it's cool to see.
It's cool, because I guess a lot of people might have missed those who weren't into collecting back in the day, and
they're still releasing new stuff, so it's not like we're just getting this stuff like
The Elviras, which they had another new Elvira out there, the sort of military Rambo version of Elvira coming out soon. I mean, the Elvira figures are great, because even though they're like the retro style cloth versions, they just seem like Ultimates.
Yeah, exactly. Like they just fit perfectly into that Ultimate universe.
New Texas Chainsaw Ultimates. Again, I think we've had versions of these in the past. Maybe not the Pretty Woman Leatherface as an Ultimate, but definitely like the sort of OG Leatherface look.
Yeah.
But just, again, cool that they're revisiting these properties. It feels like they've not touched them for a while. I mean, coming with some cool accessories and a new Evil Dead, the Evil Dead 2 pack, where we're finally getting one of the Deadites who we've not seen in action figure form before, at least.
Yeah.
Coming with that, the pencil that she gets all stabby with, which...
she drew blood.
She drew blood. A couple of the cool, just the accessories. NECA wins. Like, they always win, don't they? They're hard to top, even with like the prices when they keep going up. It seems like the value is there still.
Mm-hmm.
And then here's what was interesting, I thought. So we talked about the red suit Beetlejuice, the striped suit Beetlejuice re-releases, but they showed off the spiked trench coat Beetlejuice, which was not an original NECA Beetlejuice figure, and it looks, unless I've completely missed something, but I don't remember this being one of in the original wave. And he's got elbow articulation, which these guys don't have.
Yeah.
So this is a new Beetlejuice, right?
I would think so. And
I've said Beetlejuice enough times now. He should come and correct me.
He
if
should
I'm
show
wrong.
up. Actually, Michael Keaton just comes to your house and slaps you now and walks away. But yeah, I don't know. So close to ticking the box too of having a Beetlejuice Ultimate, and just didn't manifest. But yeah, you're right. I don't remember this, but then again, it's been years.
And like we said earlier in the show, they are saying that they're going to be doing collectibles and figures from the new movie as well. So maybe that's where we'll be getting more of the Ultimates out of.
Yeah. An updated aged Michael Keaton version.
Yeah, age-appropriate Keaton.
Like the garbage they pulled with the Munsters, basically.
And then more Universal stuff. So they're doing new figures for the Mummy, new figures for the Invisible Man. Just obviously, keeping going on that trail. Doing a 4-pack of these old Burger King Kids Clubs versions of the monsters, which is quite cool because I think they were individual releases in loot crates, and now they're actually going to go as a 4-pack, so you can just buy them, which is nice.
That's cool.
The Ben Cooper Halloween stuff we've seen before, but they've expanded that in a very cool way, which we'll get to. These ones here, the sort of branded ones, which the Gremlins costume, the Beetlejuice costume, the Alien costume, and the Gremlins costume.
God.
And
this is more of what I remember too, like the themed, so cool.
I mean, it's the Beetlejuice just because it was the cartoon as well. So clever of a expansion to that line.
Yeah,
and,
exactly.
More Hammer stuff. Peter Cushing Van Helsing. I've never even watched a Hammer horror version of Dracula before, but I know that a Peter Cushing Van Helsing is cool.
Yeah, look at that.
And the Christopher Lee, another Count Orlok. It's just all your bases are covered.
I just didn't expect NECA to have so many figures coming this year. So many.
I am still a bit like the Universal stuff. It doesn't seem like they're slowing down, which is good. But there's got to be some rights thing. Why isn't there a Metaluna mutant yet?
Yeah, I know.
I just need a Metaluna mutant. I literally was very close this past week to getting the old Diamond Select one on eBay. For probably about the cost of what an Ultimate would cost now anyway.
Right.
But I know the second I pull the trigger.
I know. Especially
that's when it's announced.
Yeah. I'm sure it's coming. We just gotta hold out a little bit longer, Frank.
It's so hard sometimes to do it. Back over to Super 7 real quick. Just in-person pictures of their 2003 Turtles. So we've seen the renders.
Yeah.
Here are some prototypes in person.
I do like these. I mean, I do really like these. They're cool. I mean, for what they are, for how they look. Just, just a little
Still
pricey.
Don't know about 55 though.
Yeah, that's the thing. And we talked about it with kind of scaling back some of the accessories.
Yeah.
But the actual figures, they look great.
They do, yeah. They look the part, and again, fans of the show, I feel like it's a no-brainer. Go for them. I wish there was an option with those Super 7s where, a lot like what Mondo's doing with the real Ghostbusters. If you're doing the 4 Turtles, do them separately at 55, but then do a 4-pack that's 200 and save you $20 off the top of it.
Yeah.
Just maybe everyone would do that, I guess, because why get one? But you've got those people out there who will just get their favorite.
Yeah, exactly.
I don't know. That's pricing, the lack of accessories. Everything's got the same sculpt. You know, I know there's various business reasons why everything is what it is, but you see what other companies are doing in similar fields. Obviously, production numbers are up and down. I don't want to turn this whole thing into a Bash Super 7, but
it is good to see other companies are kind of strategizing, thinking a little bit out of the box on, okay, we do have to raise our prices, but how can we still provide a good enough value for the customer? And even McFarlane's done that, so or getting better at doing that, improving that. So it's just small little moves that you have to make, I think, that would make people happy.
Let's quickly then, I mean, we've touched upon a lot, we've missed a whole heck of a lot. We've jumped around here, there, and everywhere, but let's just quickly, last bit, touch on Mattel with their Motu offerings, because there's quite a lot that they showed off, including the Snake Lair, which was the fan-voted playset, which I think took everyone by surprise. The size of it, the design of it changed since the concept art. It's cool. I mean, what else is there to say? Like, if you got Snake Mountain, if you've got the Eternia, if you got a Castle Grayskull, this is, well, you're running out of space. But
I know.
This will fit right in. You know, and it wasn't an original toy, but it looks exactly like it could have been.
Exactly. And again, the size of that. It's just another line like the G.I. Joe line, right? That's like, how did we get here? You know, it's just been on fire and just thriving and seems to just not slow down. And it's good to see. And especially for properties, for guys like us that, if you had asked us, 5-6 years ago, we'd be like, no, it's cool, but I don't think it's for me. And here we are, you've got this Masters collection, I've got the Classified going on. It's just, you just never know.
They were, I think when we started the podcast, they were two lines that we were like, I understand why they're cool, but not for us.
I just remember that first reveal of the first wave of the Classified, and I'm just like, this is not for me. This is going to be awful. And then slowly turned it around. Listen to the fans.
A couple of reveals here from the Cartoon Collection version of Origins, with a Hordak, which is always again, not super familiar with the show, but he's always just been a visually striking character.
Yeah.
They're celebrating She-Ra this year. I think it's She-Ra's 40th anniversary. Yeah. So Hordak was the big bad in that. You're getting a She-Ra. Again, Mantenna, maybe? I don't know the character names.
I always love a good Mantenna, actually.
More of the Masterverse figures, which are obviously the larger, more detailed, sort of going off in their own direction while still staying true to the characters, like this Fisto. You can see on the tongue here, the skulls on the tongue here, really cool. The details, no one's gonna. That's another line. The Masterverse line has gotten so much better, but I think the line that I'm most interested in is that Turtles of Grayskull, which they are expanding. I would say it's pretty likely that they've gone past their original plans because of the reception to them.
Oh yeah.
But now they're getting into more of the Snake Men tie-ins, so there's going to be this Mechanic, which they don't look too different to me from the normal Mechanic. Not the one that jumps out to me. This Rattler, whoof.
Yeah.
With like him coming out of his own mouth, like shedding his skin.
Colors.
The translucent, like pinkish purples. Good. So good. Just so crazy.
It's like 90s Vomit right there. I mean, it's beautiful.
Oof. Look at that. This King Hiss, which has like the top half of a foot soldier, like the foot soldier disguise, and then he just breaks out into this massive King Hiss with like 4 arms, big head. Oh, New versions of the turtles, so all the turtles are getting second versions. This Donnie, he's got a cool sort of snake-themed hood and mask down there. Yeah. You're going to have a snake armor Mikey over here, looking really cool. I mean, Mikey's getting some really good variants in this. Like, that first version with the hair looks great. This Ninjor, this mutated Ninjor, who's a dragon,
that looks awesome.
Is one of the winners of the show.
Yeah, sure.
Or at least for the Motu side.
Yeah.
More classic collection, more cartoon collection, Ram Man, all the good stuff. I mean, so much, Jeff. Again, it's a brief overview. You know, it's already been about an hour and a half of this, and we've barely scratched the surface. I still couldn't tell you what we've even talked about because we've not actually dove into anything too deep because there's just been so much that it's just been a general overview. Obviously, all the content creators on the ground there have been doing a great job of keeping everybody informed. All the websites, all the Twitter and Instagram profiles. Yeah. Such a fun time of the year because you refresh your internet browser every 5 seconds, it seems, and there's some new amazing thing to sort of discover.
I love getting the emails from Big Bad Toy Store, like, this is up for pre-order now, and you see something, you're like, oh, it is so exciting of a time. And, you know, who knows, maybe next year around this time, you and I will be down that San Diego way.
It's a trip that, you know, there's a few trips that...
It's on the list.
Yeah, it's on the list of, like, sort of, you know, bucket listy things of, you know, we need to go to a Comic-Con, we need to go to a toy fair, we need to go to X, Y, and Z. So there's a lot more to talk about, and what we hope we'll do, like we've said a few times, is we're going to be together filming some stuff over the next week and a bit, and hopefully we'll have a chance to sort of sit down and casually discuss some of our favorite things and go deeper into some of the things we just sort of brushed upon in
we'll
this
have
episode.
Our dog days of summer toys and really just soak it in.
Yeah. Well, it's gonna be nice. Looking forward to it. Before we wrap up, I know it's gone long already, but I'd be remiss, Jeff, if we didn't at least dip into the 3 Ps. Purchases, pre-orders, and pickups for another week. And I just thought of this today. I think I finally have devised the difference in a purchase and a pickup. In my mind, I've figured it out.
Lay it out.
So in my mind, a pre-order, it's what it says on the box. You pre-order it somewhere. Right. You pre-order it online, in store, whatever it is. A purchase is something you know, you're in a store, you purchase it, or it's available now, you purchase it. It might not be with you, but you purchase it. A pickup, that's like something that was delivered to your house. I picked it up. I picked it up off the stoop or the step.
Yes. Okay. I like.
I'm trying to justify these things.
No, it's good. It's a good, simple, easy way to look at it, and I like that.
It all breaks down to the same thing. We spend money on toys.
What'd you buy?
What did you buy? So on that note, Jeff, how was your week?
So I've got a couple things, my good friend. So I alluded to it in the beginning of the show. If anybody still has their right cognitive ability to be hanging with us this long, I was visiting the old AliExpress site, Frank. You know, you've got me all hot about it and all jazzed up about it. And as I was going through, and here's another thing too, because these things I'm going to show were ordered last week after we recorded.
Yeah.
AliExpress, mind you, they arrived this week, so it's definitely gotten a lot better. I'm going to take this guy down. But one of the things I got was something that I've always got an eye on, and I just, the price, it was like $14, but I picked up this old throwback Mezco Ron Perlman Hellboy. Just love these figs. They have more more. What am I doing here? They have more available online, so I may go back and double dip. But this one specifically, I've always wanted, I've always eyed. He's not terribly expensive through eBay, but the fact that I picked him up for like $20 just seals the deal for me. And the other thing is too, like, I forgot how, like, these still hold up. The articulation is still really, really good on this figure. It's unbelievable, and the detail obviously is all there. So
now I've been meaning to. I've looked at those a lot on AliExpress, and I've always, I've never pulled the trigger because I didn't know what the quality was. But like, how holding it in hand, does it live up to the expectations?
It absolutely does. Like, if I had any commentary, I thought maybe some of the leg joints were like not as stiff as they could be, but I also just think that's just age and by design. But by no means do I think like anything is frail or gonna break on this guy. And it's all there. Like, it's all posable. Again, like $14 plus shipping. Really loving this guy, and I may even go back and get a couple more. Really wish they had some of the more comic style ones on there, but
it's so disappointed that those ones didn't make the leap.
Yeah, they just slip away a little bit more every year as they just climb in price. But really happy to have that up on my little. I've got like a weird hybrid of characters that kind of, it just all works in some way. You've got Hellboy, you've got Blade, all there. The other one, and maybe we could show it off together, but I saw you posted this week. I did end up picking up the old Earthworm gem. I don't know what the deal is with these, but they're great for my money. I don't know if you've opened yours up yet and had it in hand, but there he is. All right. I almost went with that head sculpt too for this one. Loving this guy, having so much fun with old EJ, if you will. And now I think I'm going to go back and buy some of the more characters, probably get that head pack. Now knowing one, like, he showed up, I mean, so really quickly. Yeah. And this is great. So whether or not he's riddled with cancerous materials, it remains to be seen. But you know what? He's scratching that itch for me now. I'm loving this guy. He's
like, I just love how
I like how we have both our gun hand pretty much the same. Just an opposite hand. We've like gone like a Bizarro image, but at the backpack gimmick.
Oh yeah, yeah. He had to get snot in there.
Just enough of them too.
I mean, and like, the small legs and everything. It doesn't feel. I could see those going. Getting weaker, but for right now, if we were talking knockoffs like back in the day, it would be Droopy Central out of the box. But
it wouldn't even stand.
Like you said, I think this is less. It seems like anyway, this is less knockoff territory and more slightly not up to standards for premium DNA, and the company was like, let's redo him. That explains why. Because I don't know about yours, but actually, I've got the box right here. So my box has a big sticker on the back, and it said that the manufactured date on this figure was September 1st, 2023.
Oh, that's interesting.
So that is nearly a year ago at this point, and I think these figures have been delayed countless times. So what I'm thinking is, maybe the first sort of wave off the production line. Because I will say, I don't know if it'll pick it up here, but like in the armpit joints, there's definitely paint flaking and scraping.
I had some in the hands, and honestly, like, this hand here doesn't peg in as well.
Yes, mine has that issue. The hands that didn't come on in the box are sort of weak connections. Yeah. And it's like, if I paid $50, $55, I'd be quite annoyed. But paying $15 plus $5 for shipping, this is. I think I posted it on the Instagram. It's better than a mass market toy.
Absolutely.
At $20.
And I have another little desk buddy just to set up, you know.
And he sort of looks like a Slimer, like a version of Slimer.
Yeah, he does. Like, he could actually go into that Ghostbusters display. But yeah, I love that. And then I do have a pre-order for this week, but I want to get it right. I want to get it right, Frank.
Oh, of course. Well, we're nothing if we're not thorough, and we do our homework here on the Cardback Cafe Fresh Brew.
It's funny when I'm super fixated on. Okay, I went in on pre-ordering that Hiya Toys Godzilla versus King Ghidorah Godzilla, the Heat Ray variant. Yeah, that one is just an awesome looking one. You really sold me on it, you know. And for that price, that price is like, it seems like a steal at this point. Yeah. So I did pre-order him. I think that was it this week. I haven't gone too crazy yet. I'm still digesting a lot of the SDCC stuff. To be honest, some of the stuff isn't quite available yet. I did mention like I will definitely go in on that Rattler, but I think what I'll do is wait till all the tiers have been met, so I know it's a done deal, and then I'll kind of dive in because I have faith. Nothing but faith it will reach those tiers, but yeah, that was my pre-order. I did see what are there? They're on the homepage still. Some of the new these from Trick or Treat Studios, those Gremlins, those 10-inch scales. Oh, yeah. I'm almost close to getting a Daffy. I love some of those, and I'm like, Daffy is your quintessential goofy 80s looking thing. And I already have the NECA Gizmo. I'm like, I got the Star here. So, and I think that's a good price, $119 for like a 10-inch detailed, just little kind of hybrid plush articulate. So that's on the radar. I know we don't do on the radar, but that's kind of what
on the radar works.
Yeah. But yeah, that's it for me this week. I hope I didn't steal too much of your thunder with the Earthworm Jim. But that's all I got over here.
Okay. No, I like it. So let me start things off here with a pre-order, and
oh my God, there it is. Jesus, okay.
I pulled the trigger earlier today.
Yeah, so you pulled the trigger. I still have the bullet in the chamber, but he's probably gonna happen.
It was just, you know what? I had what is it? I had Mohawk. I had him on in the cart for
that's
ages.
who I was going between. Yeah.
And then I also because Mohawk, I always just love the bad guys, and like Mohawk's just such a cool one. But then when I think of like the fun of like Daffy, of like he actually has more to do with the plot of that film as well, because he gets swapped with Gizmo, and it's just everything about these, the size. It's a 1-to-1 scale. You've got the posable wire skeleton, the fur, the foam body, and as you say, the price. I mean, you're paying for a prop replica.
Yeah, exactly. That's what I love about these.
I've had my eyes on these, waiting for them, because they announced these. I want to say like over a year or two ago.
Yes,
and
that's right.
Just waiting for them to go for pre-order for so long, and then I was gonna maybe buy it through Trick or Treat Studios, but then one of the sites out here that I use put it up for pre-order at sort of the same price. So. Yeah, Daffy with his little quiff.
Oh, man, yeah.
Shipping in November.
Just love that goofy face. Man, we're synced up this week. See, this is what happens when...
and then if he comes in and the others are available and he's great, he might, just multiply.
I know. The fact that, they're 1-to-1, I mean, it's so cool. And I think that price is great. Honestly.
I mean, like I don't know what else you could want out of just a prop replica. Daffy shipping in November, looking forward to that. And then I don't have the first wave, hopefully this will be when I'm home, but I pre-ordered this, jumped ahead of the game. I was thinking there's a chance these will be out when I'm home for potentially the Thanksgiving season, but
yeah,
I was like, you know what, I'll get these to be shipped here, because that way it's less room in the suitcases.
They are pretty big too, those packages.
Yeah, which is something I've been thinking about when I'm coming home now, because I'm like, there's so many, not just single figures, but waves. There's like the 3 Street Sharks, there's like the 4 remastered Turtles. I'm like, that's already half a suitcase.
You're going to need to start coming by boat, is all there is to it. Get your own boat.
So yeah, got these guys pre-ordered. Looking forward to getting those.
Yeah.
This site is saying October. I'm hoping that's right, because I would really like it to be October. And then, yeah, I mean, the stuff that came in, we've already seen the Earthworm Jim, but another, bit of the AliExpress show. One I've been looking at for a while here is the CT Toys Black Costume Spider-Man, which is basically a reproduction of the Mafex Black Costume Spider-Man. The blue soles on the feet.
Look at that.
I mean, I've had him in this pose like all day. He's been fine. No loose joints. Comes with...
Yeah, he looks solid.
Let's see. Comes with loads of accessories. Like all the accessories that the original did. The box is almost there as well. Multiple heads. He's got the magnetic feet and the magnetic hands, which I obviously don't have on him now, but I don't think I'll ever need another black costume Spider-Man. But yeah, you can even sort of see it in the lights. Like, I don't know how to describe it. There's almost like a faint blue, almost like the comic in the reflections. But yeah, no, just a great figure. And again, $20 shipped. Got here in less than... It came in the same box as Earthworm Jim.
Yeah. Oof. So good. AliExpress, such a dangerous place now, especially with... I've been seeing like newer NECA things go up, like the Karai with the shredders going for like $38. I almost ordered her. It's a special little place.
Yeah. So like it goes through peaks as well, because like I remember there's sometimes when it's like you're finding all these great deals and nutty things, and then it's like then everything's a knockoff and looks like trash. And like I think before this recent bout of like Earthworm Jim things, I hadn't bought anything from them for a while, like months at least. Yeah,
I think it was at least over a year, and I can't remember the last thing I got from them. But yeah, as you said, it has its ups and downs. I remember the early days of buying SH Figure Arts Dark Knight Christian Bale version, and that fell off a shelf and literally exploded into like a million pieces. Like, there it is. There's the knockoff.
All right, but that does it. So much has happened. We've talked a lot. It's nearing 2 hours here. Jeff, it's been great. I've enjoyed doing this over the interwebs for the last few weeks, but I'm going to enjoy doing it even more in person. That's what she said.
That's right. When powers unite.
The next time you see one of these episodes, we'll be in the same room. There won't be these boxes around us. And hopefully we'll do a whole lot more content. I mean, we're only going to be seeing each other for a few days, but we're hoping to sort of film some interesting stuff, some different stuff for the channel, and just enjoy spending time with a friend as well. So
exactly.
It's going to be good. And yeah, we'll break down more of SDCC. We'll buy some toys. We'll show those off. We'll talk some toys. We'll talk a lot of toys. Maybe even have a few drinks along the way.
I think so. Maybe even that good old drunk cooking show for good old Adam.
Adam, get ready for... Yeah, it's going to be good. This 5-course meal that's going to be cooked.
It's going to be something.
But yeah, so the next episode, it's probably not going to come out next weekend, but look out for probably at some point the week after or the following week, we'll be dropping more stuff. But yeah, definitely keep in touch with us over on Instagram, the Cardback Cafe. We'll be posting loads of pictures and stories and stuff there. And then Twitter, we're the Cardback Cafe, and also follow Kaiju Creative, where all these videos live over on YouTube. So, yeah, until then, we're going to wrap things up before my camera melts. Jeff, it's been great talking to you. Great catching up as always, and I'll see you in a few days.
See you soon. Yeah. Perfect. That was perfect.
And you know what? I'm gonna end the show like this. This is what you don't see, folks. This is the behind the scenes. I've been absorbed by darkness.
The camera did have good instincts there, though. Let's face it.
That was comedy timing. All right, everybody. See you next time.
Take care.